Hello friends, today we will be discussing about differentiality. We are already aware about the differentiality from class 11. We had done a little bit, now we will be doing differentiality again. Now first we will understand what is the definition of a differentiality at a point. Let f be a real function defined on the open interval a to b and c is any point in its domain. Then it is said to be differentiable at x is equal to c if limit x tends to c f of x minus f of c by x minus c exists finitely. And then the differentiality of the function at that point is denoted by f dash c, or also we write d dx of f of x at x is equal to c. So what we have now, f dash c is equal to limit x tends to c f of x minus f of c by x minus c provided it exists. So what do we understand limit exists? It means the left hand limit at this point should be equal to the right hand limit. So how do you take the left hand limit? So we'll say limit x tends to c minus f of c minus f of x minus f of c by x minus c is equal to limit x tends to c plus f of x minus f of c by x minus c. Also we can write, if you take the value of x as c minus h for the left hand limit and c plus h for the right hand limit, so we can write it in this form. It means the left hand limit at that point should be equal to the right hand limit at that point. It means this left hand limit here we call it as left hand derivative, and the right hand limit we call it as the right hand derivative. They should exist and they should be equal. If they exist and they are equal, then we say the function is differentiable at x is equal to c. We'll understand the geometrical meaning. Say you are having a function y is equal to f of x, and this is the graph of a function, and there is a point P whose x coordinate is c. So the coordinate of this point is c f of c, and there are two neighborhood points, one is q and other is r. So the corresponding coordinates of q and r we can write c minus h, f of c minus h, c plus h and f of c plus h. Now we have two chords, one is pq and other is pr. Now we can find out the slope of pq, chord pq. So we know y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So we'll put the value, so we are getting this. Now just think of when q is approaching towards p. So what happens? H is getting closer and closer to 0. So we say as q tends to p, h tends to 0. So in that case, what happened? This chord becomes a tangent at p. So we can write in the limiting case, the slope of tangent at p is what? Limit h tends to 0 f of c minus h minus f of c by minus h. And on the same line, we can find out slope of pr. Slope pr again f of c plus h minus f of c by h. So when r tends to p, h tends to 0. And then what happens? It becomes a tangent at p. So slope of tangent at p is what? Limit s tends to 0 f of c plus h minus f of c by h. Now since f is differentiable at x is equal to c, so from the definition we know that the left hand derivative should be equal to right hand derivative, and when we compare we find that they are the slope of the tangent to the function at the point p. It means both the tangents are the same. So geometrically what we understand by differentiality of a function at a point, that they should, at that point the tangent should be unique. There should be a unique tangent. If there is a unique tangent at any point on its curve, then we find the function is differentiable at that point. And so here we should understand that it should be smooth. There should not be corner points. So if you are having a corner points, you will have multiple tangents. You cannot have a unique tangent. In that case, we will say the function is not differentiable. This is what we understand geometrically by the derivative of a function at a point. Now we'll be seeing an example. How do we check the differentiability of a function at a point? Very important question here, that f of x is equal to box x. Box x means greatest integer function. We also write it as GIF. Now here the domain has been given from 0 to 3. We need to check whether it is differentiable, means it is not differentiable at x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. So we know if you want to check the differentiability of a function at a point, you have to go for the left hand derivative and the right hand derivative. So the left hand derivative at x is equal to 1, we can write limit x tends to 0. Here the point is 1. So we'll write f of 1 minus h minus f of 1 by minus h. Now we'll replace x in the function by 1 minus h. So we are having box 1 minus h minus box 1 by minus h. Now box 1 minus h, it's a box function. 1 is an integer and you are just subtracting a very small number from that integer. So we know the box function takes only the integral value. So greatest integer less than 1 is, all greatest integers are there, but less than 1 greatest integer is 0. So we'll put the value of this box as 0 and the box value of 1 is 1. So we are getting, this is cancelled. So we are getting limit h tends to 0, 1 by h. So when h is very small, we are getting the value as infinity. Now let us check the right hand derivative. Limit h tends to 0, f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 by h. Now again here the box value of 1 plus h, if you add very small quantity in 1, so say for example it is 1.00001. So box value of 1.0001, we know that greatest integer less than or equal to this is 1. So we'll put this value 1 here and box value of 1 is 1, it gives you 0. So we find the right hand derivative is the 0. So what we observe, the left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative. So we say that the function is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Similarly, we can check it for x is equal to 2. One more question on this type, we'll just see. Here the question is, if f is differentiable at x is equal to a, we need to find the value of limit x tends to a, x f of a minus a f of x by x minus a. So for this type of questions we approach like this. Put x is equal to a plus h. So as x tends to a, h will tend to 0. So now this whole thing will replace, and wherever we have x, that will be replaced by a plus h. So here we are replacing it. Now open it up. So a into f of a plus h into f of a minus this. So you can have, this is a is common here in this and this. So we can write h into f of a common, f of a plus h minus f of a, the whole divided by h. Now separate it. So you're getting this. Now this gets cancelled. So you are getting f of a here because h is not there. So we'll just write it. Now this whole part, what do you observe from the definition? It is nothing but the differentiability of the function at point a. So we can write this as, since it is differentiable at x is equal to a, so this can be replaced by f dash a. So we are getting the value as f of a minus a into f dash a. Now we'll discuss about differentiability or derivative of a function at any point. So a function is said to be derivative at any point x if it is defined in the neighborhood points of x. You should not have that before x and after x, it is not defined. It is defined. Then the limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x by h exists provided it exists, whenever it exists. So we can write whenever exists, finitely, then we say it is this value, the value of this limit is called the derivative of f at any point x and denoted by f dash x. So we write f dash x as what? Limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x by h. This is also written as d dx of f of x. Or we can say, if you want to denote, if y is equal to f of x, then the derivative of y we write dy by dx, or also sometimes by y dash. Now the rule which we have already discussed in class 11, again revisit: d dx of sum or difference of two functions. So derivative of first plus minus derivative of second. This is the product rule. So first function derivative of second plus second function derivative of first. Quotient rule: denominator derivative of numerator minus numerator derivative of denominator by denominator ka square. Chain rule, this also we have discussed. If y is equal to f of t and t is equal to g of x, means y is related to x via t. So here t is also known as the parameter. So now what we find, if we can write this function, so we can write y is what? Y is f of g of x. We can write f of g of x. So we'll apply the chain rule. So for finding out the derivative of y with respect to x, first we'll find out derivative of y with respect to t, and then derivative of t with respect to x. See with an example. Say you are having a question, differentiate this with respect to x. So we are writing, we also say it by outer function and inner function. So we want to find out derivative of y. So derivative of this. So first outer function is sine. Let us write the derivative of sine. We know derivative of sine is cos. And then we'll find out the derivative of inner function. Inner function is x square plus 5. Derivative of x square is 2x and phi is 0. So we can write 2x cos x square plus 5. Now one theorem is there, very important theorem on the derivative. If a function is differentiable at a point x is equal to c, then it is also continuous at that point. Or in short, we can say if f is differentiable at x is equal to c, implies it is continuous at x is equal to c. Now see the proof. Since f is differentiable at x is equal to c, so we know from the definition, limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c by x minus c is equal to f dash c. Now limit x tends to c f of x, we can write it as f of x, limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c by x minus c into x minus c. Why we are writing, we'll just see it in the following lines. So x minus c, they can neutralize, and then we are left with f of x minus f of c and plus f of c. They will cancel. It means f of x can be written in this form. Now we'll take the limit. So limit of each by applying the algebra of limits, limit of first part, limit of second part, and limit of second term. So we have written it. Now what is it? If you see equation 1, this is nothing but f dash c. So we can replace this by f dash c. And if you substitute the value of x is equal to c here, then it is giving you 0. So you are finding that limit x tends to c f of x is equal to f of c. It means what? This satisfying, fulfilling the condition of the continuity. So it means f is continuous at x is equal to c. So what we have observed, that if a function is differentiable at a point, then it is continuous at that point. But the converse is not true. It is not necessary that if a function is continuous, then it has to be differentiable. Let us see with an example. We have a function, modulus function. Now we know at x is equal to 0 it is continuous. We'll see also, but it is not differentiable at that point. For checking the continuity of this function, take left hand limit. X tends to 0 minus f of x. So replace. So we are getting limit h tends to 0 f of minus h. Limit h tends to 0 mod of minus h. So we are getting it 0. Again right hand limit. limit x tends to 0 plus f of x, f of 0 plus h, mod h 0, and f of 0 also it will give you 0. So we find that left hand limit, right hand limit, value of the function, they are all equal, so it is continuous. Now for differentiability, find the left hand derivative. Limit h tends to 0, here the point is 0, so 0 minus h minus f of 0 by minus h. So 0 minus f of minus h, f of minus h, replace x by minus h. So minus h ka mod value is h, h by minus h, they will get cancelled, you are getting minus 1, h is not there, so left hand derivative is what? Minus 1. Now check for the right hand derivative. The right hand derivative is what? F of 0 plus h minus f of 0 by h. Now again mod h by h, so h by h cancel, so you are getting 1. So what we observe, the left hand derivative is minus 1 and the right hand derivative is 1. It means they are not equal. If they are not equal, they are not differentiable at x is equal to 0. So if you want to see it graphically also, so this is the mod functions graph. So if you are taking left hand derivative, okay, so you are getting the value this side, it goes, the tangent you will find this way. From the right hand derivative, you will be having the tangent this way. It means there is no unique tangent at this point, you have multiple tangents at this point, so we say the function is not differentiable. So from here also we note that if the graph of a function have a corner points, then at that point the function will not be differentiable. This is what the concept of differentiability of a function. Now we will be doing the questions given in our book. Thank you very much.